And we are live. Welcome. Good afternoon. Just going to be answering quick Q&A. And if you have any questions while I'm doing my current list, leave them in the chat and I'll get to them. And if you catch this live stream afterwards, you can always leave questions in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now, first question. Hey, I'm looking to get into fitness again after many years of being out of it. I want to buy creatine. Which one of these should I get? Or does someone else have any other recommendation? The nutritional component of getting back into fitness is a lot of experts, a lot of very high, very popular people will stress how important it is, but really most of the work, the 80-20 rule, if you're following that 80%, most of it will be what you do in the gym, the effort you put into exercising. So if I think you're already off on the wrong foot asking about what supplements you want to buy. Yes, creatine will help, but that shouldn't be your main focus. I would have you ask another question, if I'm really honest. Best milk to protein ratio. I've tried 8 ounces and 12 ounces. And for me, 8 ounces tastes a lot better. For 12 ounces, you get more of a milky kind of texture if that's what you're into. I haven't tried 6 ounces of milk or 4 because I've already found that 8 was already very good, and I just had no interest in decreasing the amount of milk to have my protein powder with. Great. How much running is too much running when you are doing heavy lifting? And there's a second part of the question. Is it okay to do cardio every day if you lift? I'll answer the second part. If that is one of your goals, who's to stop you? If that what brings you fulfillment and joy, continue doing so. Now, to target your first question, how much is too much? Well, I think you know the answer to that. If you see any regression, if you get injured, if you start getting sick, if you start to have less motivation to continue your workout, these are all just some of the signs that you might be running too much because heavy lifting is strenuous and requires a lot of recovery effort on your end. And if you continue adding more stressors, you also need on the other end to recover harder from what you're doing in the gym and what you're doing on the track. So the amount of days, it varies from every lifter to lifter. So from someone like you with a running background, that this could be maybe running every day would be too much if you run too long. But if you run every day with a short amount of time and it is programmed, you might feel okay. And as for me, running maybe even twice a week moderately would be too much. So again, you have to see what your current level of aerobic fitness is, and then you scale your way back there. Juggernaut Strength has excellent articles, multiple articles discussing the minimum required volume to see progress. I think they coined the term. I don't remember the term, MV something, minimum required volume or something like that, and it gives you scales on how you feel the next day, if you're sore or not, if you have DOMs, how easy is the workout, your motivation levels, different questionnaires, and it's a self-reflection. If you're on the far right where it's too hard, you're still sore, you're unable to progress in the gym, you might be going too hard. But if it's on the lesser side where you still feel like you could push really hard, you could add multiple sets, you're still getting stronger, then you might be taking it really easy. So you want to find a sweet spot, and this sweet spot will vary depending on the amount of times you go to the gym. So if you do go to the gym only twice a week, your number can be higher than someone who goes to the gym 6 times a week. So there's just that aspect of controlling these different variables. Okay, next question. 26-year-old female, 5'8", 130 pounds, eating about 1,800 calories a day. You've been working out for a year now and you've been seeing results. I've been focusing a lot on strength training, weightlifting, and very much reducing my cardio. The problem is, I really enjoy cardio and it makes me feel accomplished. I'm worried that if I up my cardio again, I'm going to lose all my muscle that I worked so hard to gain. Is this true? And is there a way to preserve my muscle and increase my cardio? Yeah, if you do it slowly, you'll need to increase your amount of calories and don't get hurt. Uh, it depends what your goal is. Are you trying to do a lot of high intensity cardio, or are you just going to do light jogs by doing half a marathon? Are you doing a 5K? It really depends because now you'll get to see what your goal is. And people can mix match their goals. People invented power building and gaining muscle and still working on gaining strength. So why not increase your aerobic capacity while getting stronger? It's not the first time people have tried to combine two goals, and you won't be the last person. So definitely up your calories, but you have to keep track. And it depends on your running goals as well, because if you want to have this break like pro records, you might want to think about what's realistic and what's not. Versus if you want to do a casual run and break your own personal PRs, then we can dive deeper into that and work on specific milestones you can achieve while staying motivated and accomplishing everything you want. Can I gain muscle and run at the same time? Yes. Yeah. I love running long distance and run twice a week, but I want to gain muscle if that's possible. Long distance running and gaining muscle. If you've seen pictures of those Ethiopian long distance runners, uh, that is the ideal body shape, body structure of someone that just wins long distance. So if that's something that you yourself is okay with, then it's possible. Is it okay not to eat after a workout when intermittent fasting? My eating window is 2 to 8 p.m. I worked out at 10 a.m. I'm looking forward. Going forward, I will work out probably close to 6 a.m. I was in an elliptical for 30 minutes and burned approximately 305 active calories per my Apple Watch. This is my first day of working out. I'm also trying to figure out my workout schedule if it's going to be an issue with my eating schedule. I read you should eat after working out. How important is it? If it matters, I'm more focused on weight loss at this point. I say a lot of the nutritional component because I am biased in gaining strength, that they stress the importance of having more protein uh, before you work out and after you work out so that you can get started with your muscle recovery and not have so much muscle breakdown as a result of your heavy training. Since your goal is to lose weight, this shouldn't matter to you. You're going to either even gain a little bit of strength and maintain your muscle, and your primary goal is to lose weight. So you'll be at a caloric deficit, and you're going to be controlling that with intermittent fasting. So I think you're all in the clear right now. Don't get discouraged by what other people are telling you. It could be their bias as well, and mine's as well. But you're on the right track right here. Our shoulder press, reverse flies, lateral raises 3 times 10 enough for our shoulders and work all the shoulder muscles. You're missing subscapularis. This is the punch where you protract your shoulder. That's what I'm seeing that you're missing right here. And you're missing maybe the lats, teres major, teres minor, but you can probably uh, fit that in with some of the raises or flies, depending on how you do them. But you're definitely missing the serratus muscle, and you can work on that by having punches, working on scapula control. There's different ways of working on it, but you just don't have it in the three exercises that you just stated. I'm assuming this is a bodybuilding workout as well, since you're targeting each muscle. and focusing on their activation. All right, next question. I am new to lifting. I've been doing 531 for beginners with the goal of losing weight, body recomposition. I'm on my third week of my third cycle. How long should I do this program before I'm changing, or can I do it indefinitely? Since your goal is losing weight and recomposition, I would focus on this program until you hit that goal. If you don't need to change the program because other people said so, do what's right for yourself. You have a primary goal, and this workout program, this structure, this regime is just helping you stay focused and get to it as effortless as possible. So unless there's something wrong, like drastically red flags wrong with the program that you're doing right now, but it doesn't seem like it through the question, then I wouldn't worry too much about it. Next question. I squat ass to grass, but I feel the weight is getting quite heavy and I'll stall soon. Should I reduce my squat depth around knee height to still be able to add weight? Now, if very quick answer is no, but again, it depends on your background. Are you powerlifting? Or are you just doing general fitness? If you're powerlifting, you might not need to squat that low. You just need to break uh, your hip crease needs to go below your knees, which is slightly below parallel. And but if you can have ass to grass mobility and that's part of what you like to do, you should keep it. And you're doing it in go form, you should keep it and continue progressing because once you hit a plateau, you need to know how to get out of it and still make progress while seeing your current limitations. So don't reduce the squat depth. If you are a powerlifter or some kind of other sport, you can manipulate the squat depth, but you will want that's some self reflection on your end, depending on how you want to squat. If knees start caving in mid squat, is it weak glutes or something else? Very general. It could be literally almost anything. Could be your squat stance. It could be motor control. It could be certain cues that you're not thinking about or over cueing. It could also be weak glutes. It could be adductors. There's just really a ton of outcomes. So this would require a video. This would require background information. This would require just physical examination, really. So hard to say. Next question. I had to clean up my deadlift recently. I suddenly felt like I got it. My form felt perfect. I work on my upper back tightness and all the smaller things, but racing, the flat back and hinge movement felt great. My question is, can I expect this feeling with the other lifts? I'm now working on mobility to get ATG squat, but this lift starts with eccentric. Of course, it's a lot different from the deadlift. Can I accept the same feeling like hitting the nail on the head? Answer is yes. I'm in a similar situation like you. Deadlifts feel great. In fact, squats felt great initially too. Like I just felt like I got it. And then deadlifts felt great too, only after tons of repetition year after year. So and I never quite got the bench. Overhead press felt great too. So yes, the answer is yes. But if you need to just get it for the bench right now, I don't have the answers to that as I'm still figuring it out. But deadlift, squat, even overhead press, I felt like for myself and for the mechanics I use, they felt really, really good. Like it's very smooth and I can focus less on cueing and more on how I can progressively overload these movements and get stronger over time. All right. That's it for the questions I have organized. And thank you for listening. So, like I said in the beginning, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll get to them.